Jimiasworld is here and back with another video. I'm going to give you guys my December hopeful stack, and I'm going to explain to you what that means. So I do this thing where I add a bunch of books onto my TBR and not try to call it a TBR because I add so many to where it's literally a delusion of disbelief. I put so many books onto my hopeful stack so I can just focus on this area because I am a mood reader and I don't know if I want to read this one or that one or this one or that one. I give myself a window of exactly what I want to do and then I just throw it in there and just do what it do. Okay, so we are here to give you all of my December hopeful, possibly. Will it happen all the way? We will see stack. And some honorable mentions that I want to add just in case I change my whole mind and decide to go out on a limb. Make sure you guys like this video, subscribe, hit the bell notification for all things Jimiasworld, and let's get into it. One thing about me, I like to add smaller reads inside of these massive books that I'm reading. And a book that I purchased a while ago and thought was interesting and very short is The Grown Up by Gillian Flynn. This is supposed to be something quick, short and sweet, crazy. I consider this a palate cleanser. I am the palate cleanser girly who likes stuff that is going to catch me and grab me as soon as I open the book. So this is something I will definitely be reading in between these longer books that I'm reading. It is the holidays. And for me, I am not a big holiday reader spiriter person, but I do have one Christmas book I want to add onto this list. That book is called 25 Days by Per Jacobson. I started reading Per Jacobson the beginning of this year and it's been a ride. Like, his writing is so incredible. And when I seen that he dropped a book for Christmas and it's a thriller, yeah, I was like, okay, we're here. I will definitely be adding that. So we're going to get to that one for sure. That's happening this month. Another book, this book I started and did not complete. This is around the time when I was studying for my LSAT, and it was the perfect book to add to all the madness that I had to read and study and retain. It kept that imagination, that creativity going for me. And this is Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. I am a good way through. This book is so fun. Like, literally, bro, Harry is my homie. I'm going to finish this for sure this month. It's really short. It's really easy to read. This is like an incredible book for people who are trying to get back creative and trying to open up their mind and just get their imagination going again. Like, it's not a bad thing to have an imagination, right? Let's get that straight. I will be finishing this for sure. And then I will be going into the second book, which is Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. I have the second one here, and I think I'm going to eat it up after I finish this one. Do I have the rest of the series? No. As soon as I'm done with the second one, will I be making sure I have the third one on my Rolodex to start the new year? Yeah. I have another short and sweet story I did not complete in November that I was supposed to, but again, this is a hopeful. This is not a guarantee. We're going to add it again to here and push it right through with our other big long novels. Paradise by Fernanda Melchor. This is supposed to be about some teens who are doing a lot of brutal and stuff they're not supposed to be doing. It doesn't turn out the best. Am I going to be upset? But am I going to keep my mind open? Is it going to be heartbreaking? I have no idea, but I am ready for the ride. The cover is not giving me anything. It's just giving me like really cute colors, which I love, right? I don't want nothing to give it away to make me think like, oh, it's this, and then it goes a whole other direction. We'll see. This is a book that I'm definitely reading. I got this book from a publisher, and it comes out next year. It is called Fair Play. It is supposed to be about a sister who throws a mystery unaliving party for her brother, and something bad actually happens at this party that they actually held and like put together. It is going to be a mystery of who did it and why. And I love a who did it and why story. And I got a feeling I'm going to eat this up. We have a book that is about unhinged women. And unhinged women have been something that I just want to jump into. This is for the weird girlies. And I'm one of those girlies. This is for the girlies who like to read stuff that is going to be weird and crazy and unhinged, but something you can't turn away from. We have Luster by Raven Leilani. This is about a girl who is on the internet and finds this couple who wants her to jump into the party. The couple's married. She joins. That's all I got. I don't want to read nothing else. I already know this is going to be crazy. It's not that long. I feel like this month is going to be very fun. I have 2 massive books here that I don't even know if I'm going to start. But it's very necessary I get to these a little bit before I start the new year, so I can just, you know, go in with a bang. We have Last Days. This is a novel by Adam Neville. This is about a crew that goes into this private island and is filming a documentary about cults and comes across something that is crazier than crazy. This book is huge. It better be fast-paced or I'm going to come back here and not be happy. Do I believe it's going to be crazy? Yes. Have I read anything about cults or anything of that sort? No. Is this a horror, I think? It sounds like one, but I'm nervous. But then I'm not. Like, I'm actually excited to read this. This is going to be out of my wheelhouse completely, so I can't wait to get to this one this month because it's definitely happening. If I got to read it between the stuff I'm reading, like, I'm going to do that. This is a series that I started at the beginning of the year. I put off. I started again and completed the first book in the series. We have the second book in the ACOTAR series, A Court of Mist and Fury. This book is so big, I'm like confused. Why does it gotta be so big? What possibly do you have to say in this many pages? This is the second book in this series and universe that Sarah J. Maas has created. And the first book was honestly thought-provoking and interesting and new for me. Like, this is my first intro into fantasy. And I feel like it was a great intro with A Court of Thorns and Roses because it taught me exactly what certain words meant and certain world building was and like how they created this whole different like universe to transform with all these different creatures and why this is happening and what's going to happen next, and found love and a little bit of spice, but not nothing that's too much for people. I cannot wait to get into this. I will be annotating this because it's so massive. I feel like I'm going to get lost. I'm still new to the fantasy world. Bear with me. I have my 3 honorable mentions here. These are honorable mentions that I like to add to my stack because I just feel like the honorable mentions have to be like automatic 5-star bangers to me based on the premise that I've read. And it could be something where it's like, this book is not giving. Let me go to one of the honorable mentions because I know it's going to give me what I need. First honorable mention I have on the list is The Passengers by John Mars. This is supposed to be about a smart car that decides to start working on its own and something bad happens. Is that happening today in 2024? Yes. We see it all the time. Technology is advancing. We have AI. We have Tesla and how they're doing the drive on your own freaking mode. And then all these other car companies are trying to catch up and do these electric cars. And bro, this is like the best honorable mention to put on the list because this is actually like what's going on, like for real, for real. It's not something that's guaranteed to be read this month, but it is something that's in the Rolodex if it's needed. The next book I have is Sometimes I Lie by Alex Feeney. This is a book that one of my book besties read and she did an incredible review on, and she said it will have you mind blown. I want to be mind blown when I put on honorable mentions on the list. All right. I want to be so mad at the main character to where I'm talking about her like she is a real human. Had to put it on the list. I honestly forgot this was on my TBR until my book bestie broke it down. And I was like, she that annoying? Yeah, we got to add it there. Because when somebody's that irritating, I am not going to be able to stop talking, thinking. This is a book that I was supposed to get to in my online book club, and I didn't. because, you know, life be lifin'. We have 13 by Steve Kavanaugh. This is supposed to be about a person who is a serial unaliver, and he ends up being on a jury for a case that he is the person that's been doing it and someone else has been implicated. This sounds so like real lifely familiar, and I feel like it's gonna be so crazy and so like WTF to where I'm gonna just be lost for words and be mad. This is gonna be fast paced, and that's why I put it on the honorable mentions, because again, we want something that's gonna be quick and a banger. So that is the end of my December hopeful stack, including my book that I am reading for Christmas on my Kindle. Make sure you guys let me know in the comments what you're reading this month. Let me know if you've read any of these, including the honorable mentions at the bottom. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell. Check out my description and follow me on TikTok. And a lot more coming at your head top.